Subway, that sounds pretty good right now. Maybe you're getting out doing the Boxing Day shopping. Yeah, grab Subway for lunch and keep it right here at the Weather Network. We're breaking down your weather stories. We are seeing a nice clearing through the maritime provinces. Temperatures, they're on the downward trend. Yeah, very warm yesterday, record-breaking warmth. And then as we look across the prairies, again, back to seasonal temperatures. Will be slightly below into next week, and rain moving into the lower mainland. Hour. That was the peak wind gust there at Crystal Beach. About 20 surfers went out yesterday on Christmas Day, and that was a part of their Christmas Day plans to catch some of those waves. They had the potential to get up to 4 to 5 meters high. Rachel Schoutsen here with you today. Happy Boxing Day. A little recap on some of the peak wind gusts that we saw with that system, with all the active weather throughout Ontario, Quebec, and into Atlantic Canada. Some of the highs as well really drove up the temperatures. 5.5 at Pearson. Merry Christmas. It was a white Christmas for many as this system rolled through. Now, as we look into the afternoon, temperatures are still slightly above seasonal. This is very comfortable. Maybe you're going to the Eaton Centre in the city of Toronto, doing that Boxing Day shopping. A mix of sun and cloud, and temperatures at 5 degrees. Very, very nice. As we look at some of the rainfall and our next system that's going to be coming through, we do have the warm front that's going to be basically through Sudbury to North Bay. Anything south of that is going to be falling as rain. This is going to fire up into tomorrow and through to Sunday. If you do live in southern Ontario, this is going to be an issue for you. The rain, some light rain. This is more into Saturday evening and through to Sunday morning. Temperatures up and towards the north this afternoon. We are seeing just a little bit of mixing as that cold front approaches, possible as temperatures are just slightly above the 0 degree mark. And then the snow. The snow will move in as well. Again, Sudbury to North Bay. South of that, that's the rain. North, you guys will be getting into the snow, 5 to 10 centimeters. Now, don't go anywhere, because when we return, who will be feeling the extreme cold? Where will there be snow? We're talking about all of these things right here in the Long Ranger. Rachel Schoutsen here with you. And the cold, the freezer door is opening across the prairies. We have this high right now that's situated in the Arctic, and this is going to be bringing frigid temperatures. We are talking about highs on Monday. Minus 22, minus 21, minus 15. This will be felt right across the prairies. So dressing for the elements, yeah, that's going to be key as we look at Monday and beyond. So we can see our temperature trend here. That high will descend south, and these purples, this is temperatures close to minus 20, minus 30, and you can see them just flood right across the prairie provinces. I also want to mention too, notice how cool it gets in BC. Possible Arctic outflow. Yeah, I'll show you the 7-day here for Kelowna. Look how much cooler it's going to get. You go to minus 9, minus 8 with the wind chills, minus 13, minus 11. Arctic outflow, quite a possibility along the BC coast into the interior, as well as this high. Very dominant. I always look at some of the temperatures as well. Calgary, minus 15 with that wind chill, minus 22. Regina, minus 22 is the high, feeling like minus 33. You will notice, though, a lot of sunshine, but as we were talking in our weather briefing here, it's like a fake fireplace. It's going to be bright, it's going to be nice, but is it going to warm you up? No. Not a chance here. Winnipeg, same thing goes, minus 31 with that wind chill. It is going to be cold. Now, another story that we're talking about is lake effect. Lake effect snow is going to start to develop for places like Owen Sound towards Barrie, the Grey Bruce, and this is going to be your story into Tuesday, possibly through till Wednesday. So we can see in the Atlantic provinces, this system stays to the south. Not too much going on for you out in the Atlantic, but that chance of lake effect does pop up again. There we go, throughout the Great Lakes region. Made its way out to where Nathan Coleman was. Some of the peak wind gusts, 107. Port Colborne, 100 in Kingston. Now this system is gone, it's out of the way, and we're bracing for the next one. This one will impact, let's say, your weekend plans. It's going to be all rain south of Sudbury, snow to the north. This will move through Saturday into Sunday, clearing Sunday. Then that ends up in Atlantic Canada for late day Sunday in towards Monday. And then look at this. This is our next story. There we go. Lake effect. Lake effect snow possible into Tuesday for the Great Lakes region. Now jumping to the other side of our country, the BC coast, it was a sunny great Christmas for the lower mainland, but a new system coming through. This is going to be bringing rain, yes, into Saturday, but also snow through the interior. So a little bit of a messy mix. And then we do have a cool down, major cool down for the prairies. Mike Arsenault actually caught up with some of those surfers.
Yes.
There was approximately 20 there.
Get out.
And that was their Christmas Day plan. Amazing.
How about that?
I would never do it, but amazing.
Well, Port Colborne was 107 kilometers per hour. So we're just going to recap what the storm has done. So across Ontario, generally 80 to 100 kilometer per hour winds. Not everybody, though, was that a good Christmas present.
Yeah, look at this. This guy, Chad, he tweeted this to the Weather Network. He has a lot of work to do. This is in Tilsonburg. Looks like some damage on his property. But my favorite element of the weather, Chris, that's a rainbow.
Yep.
Eastern Ontario. And this was Nate. He's a part of our technical team. So thanks, Nate, for tweeting that one out.
Absolutely. Although I still easily would have taken this storm over last year's ice storm, hands down, no comparison. Southern Quebec, you got into it really yesterday morning around Montreal, then the strong winds started tuning eastwards up the St. Lawrence, and you had generally 70 to 90 kilometer per hour winds.
And with this, the winds were a story, but also the temperatures.
Yes.
This used to be a place you could ski in Ottawa.
Yeah, Old Mooney's Bay Park there, and not a lot of snow on the ground.
No, and look at some of these temperatures, record high temperatures. Greenwood, Nova Scotia, 18.5.
Yes.
They were this temperature on the summer solstice
Unbelievable.
of 2014.
Yeah. Halifax International, 16.6, but down at Shearwater, breaking a temperature record from the 1800s. And you saw that in Moncton and St. John broke temperature records. The wind were also quite strong. It was more of a southerly wind, so it was a warm wind. Today, temperatures are cooler, but conditions are calmer and drier.
So this is what Christmas looked like. Look at
Yes.
this. This is in
Holy.
Shelburne, Nova Scotia. Sue, thanks for sending this in. That's a green Christmas.
That's a really green
Some
Christmas.
healthy grass.
Yes. Yeah, actually, I think it may need a cut.
I know. I
right.
think so. Now, as we look at our weather systems right across the country, this is now leaving, bringing blizzard conditions to the far north.
You bet.
And this high pressure, look what it's going to do. Today, here's your highs right across the country. Minus 14 in Regina. That's cold.
Yes, that's right. Look what's coming. This is for Monday and into the minus 20s. From Edmonton to Winnipeg, minus 17 to Calgary. This excludes wind chills, but it's also going to draw us colder air across the BC interior and even to the coast.
Now, don't go anywhere. More on the Boxing Day forecast. That's all coming up. Places saw mixing. Not for you in the city of Toronto, but Waterloo up to Barrie. This was a rain-snow mix, sort of some yucky weather to welcome in Christmas. Rachel Schoutsen here with you, and today is looking a lot better. Let's recap, though. Yesterday, some of those highs, comfortable, 5 degrees through much of southern Ontario. Above seasonal, a little treat. And things did get quite better yesterday, didn't they? The sun peeked through, the roads were dry. It was really good for Christmas travel. No delays there. The winds, they were also very gusty, 107, 100 out in Kingston. Now let's focus on today. This is this afternoon. Still 5 degrees in Toronto, 4 in Kitchener, 4 in Brantford. A mix of sun and cloud. I'm going to say it's a perfect day, perfect Boxing Day. Are you one of those people that are going to stand in line at Best Buy? Hey, these are pretty good conditions to do so. Into the evening, cloud cover builds, and that's because of a system that's coming through. We in the Greater Toronto Area will not see the rain until late afternoon tomorrow, Saturday, probably after dinner, and it's going to be less than 5 millimeters of rain. We do have a warm front that's headed through Sudbury and North Bay. South of that rain, north of that snow, and yes, warm front, warm temperatures. You got it. I'll show you it in 1 second, but this is how it moves through. So you can see today, not too much in the way of active weather, but this is the system that comes through. There's the warm front, and that's when we see our chance of, well, getting some rain, just a few light showers. Temperature-wise, it's going to be 7 tomorrow in Toronto, 6 in Kitchener. This system, again, warming up our temperatures. Long Ranger is next. It really was Christmas Eve. It was that blowing, misty rain like we saw there. Made it tough to drive. The huge winds as well. The winds down into southwestern Ontario, also over in Kingston, 100 kilometers an hour. It wasn't a huge weather system, no, but it did impact a few people, especially with the power outages. There were a few power outages in eastern Ontario. For some, well, that's the second Christmas in a row. Last year's ice storm, this year's, let's call it a windstorm. I know. A little tough for some. Now, as we look at our winds today, there's really not too much of a story here. Sustained winds 20 to 40 kilometers an hour. Those will continue to die down. Cloud cover will build, and that's all because we are seeing a new incoming system. See the cold front here? The cold front is what's going to be bringing us our rain. I'll tell you when we'll see the rain, but first let's recap. Thursday, some of our high temperatures. Christmas Day, 5 degrees, downtown Toronto. Pretty nice. Now into the afternoon, doing the Boxing Day shopping, good weather conditions to accompany you, a mix of sun and cloud. And then into the evening, not looking too bad either. 4 degrees, but the cloud cover will build because we're getting this. We're getting some rain. So we can see less than 5 millimeters of rain for the GTA, and this will all happen late afternoon into the evening. So if you have plans outdoors during the day, things are looking great. Temperatures are also going to be warm. The warm front is up to the north, but everything south of that, it's going to be about 7 degrees in the city of Toronto tomorrow. Very comfortable conditions. So we see this low. Once it's out of here, we are left with some high pressure, but snow squalls could be an issue into next week. Shopping. Boxing Day is for pajamas and eating leftovers, in my opinion. That's about it. And, well, delivering you your forecast. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here too. Let's get into this weather story. The temperature is still above seasonal throughout southern Ontario. We're going to be warming up to around 5 degrees today in the city of Toronto. Notice those yellows coming back into play. Still nice, still above seasonal. This is a snapshot of what it looks like if you are, well, maybe waiting in one of those lines, Boxing Day shopping. The weather's going to treat you well. 5 degrees, mix of sun and cloud. Things are looking good. Into the evening, only dipping down slightly, but the cloud cover builds. Yeah, that's building because we have a system approaching. Now, basically, Sudbury, North Bay, anything north of that, this is going to be snow. For us in the GTA, this is all going to be rain. And this rain should hit you, let's say Hamilton out to Toronto, late afternoon towards the dinner time. So still warm enough to rain. And it's warm as well in the Atlantic provinces with this Christmas system. Record-breaking temps. Here's Nate with more. Out, they braved the cold water. Incredible stuff, isn't it? Rachel Schoutsen here with you today, and some of those peak wind gusts really over the top. Port Colborne, Kingston, clocking in over 100 kilometers an hour here. Now today, the wind story, yeah, that has come to an end, really have died down. We're really not seeing too much in the way of active weather today, but we're bracing for it. A new system coming into play, and this is going to affect people in the GTA more Saturday evening. So we can see here the warm front also along the cold front. That's where we'll be seeing our rain. But for today, for Boxing Day, this afternoon, 5 degrees, a mix of sun and cloud. I hope you're staying home and you're not going out to wait in those long Boxing Day lines. Coming up in the show, we'll show you what the future shop line looked like at 6 a.m. this morning. Pretty crazy, if you ask me. As we look at some of the rain that we're going to see, less than 5 millimeters down in towards the Greater Toronto area. And again, this is all going to start Saturday, late afternoon, more around the dinner time hour as that cold front comes through. And that is going to be the element in this system that's going to be bringing us our moisture. Up to the north, this is what temperatures look like. Just as that warm front approaches, we are seeing some mixing, some active weather through this afternoon. North of Sudbury, this low is bringing snow. 15 centimeters possible just north of North Bay and Sudbury. So they saw the snow with that Christmas system. And again, they're in the target of seeing that snow. This is how the system plays out. Not too much to worry about today. Through the overnight, that's when the active weather starts to happen. Okay, so brace for the rain. More on our active weather. That's all coming up. Christmas is my favorite time of the year, and it's also a very good reason to eat a lot of candy cane ice cream. Have a great holiday.